welcome to the Cryptonaut Podcast. My name is Mark Storrs, and hanging out with me, as always, is
Rob Morphy.
Thank you, Uncle Bobby, and of course,
Chris Count, yeah.
Oh, Chris is back. He's here.
I'm back.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, where he has been.
I feel like I was here last week.
The character of Chris is back.
Oh, that's my character?
The
That's your
homespun
character.
Louisiana Bayou version
Yes,
of Chris.
the guy that
Whatever that
raises
was.
doves in the bayou.
And hell.
And he's like, pong-tong, pong-tong. There's Chris.
I know.
Yeah.
That's my Chris.
It's funny because when I went to Louisiana, with my ex, her best friend's dad raised doves.
Yeah, that's where I
Like
I
a
used
whole pile of doves and pigeons.
I used pigeon because I couldn't think about it. But I remember you telling me the story about how they were like raising all kinds of birds and shit.
Yeah.
Kind of dope, honestly.
Then he'd know what it sounds like when doves cry.
Oh.
Yeah.
It sucks. Sounds like screaming.
Yeah, I'm sure. All well
You'd think it wouldn't be
does.
because they're like, brr, brr. Now suddenly they're like, ah. You're like, bruh, what's wrong?
Nice.
Don't be sad.
Thank y'all for joining us, Cryptonaut Podcast. We're back. We're doing it. This week, we got Uncle Rob back to work.
Yeah, we did.
We got them work boots on. They're laced. He's in the truck early, coffee, cigarette, ready to go.
Protective goggles in place.
Oh, you got your PPE?
My writing goggles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because I was trying to get you to do, like, writing Crocs and a writing vest. And
Yeah, you
were
were.
writing, and you weren't having it.
No.
It's okay.
I have my own level of comfort.
I mean, does it involve a writing vest, though?
It should.
You need a writing vest to be dope.
Fair enough.
There you go. You can keep things in it,
Oh,
like your glasses,
pens.
your chipstick.
Things you use for writing.
Yeah. Except that you don't. Not really.
No.
Quick access to the transcribe button.
Spare
on-
keyboard keys in case they break.
You never know.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Oh, my God.
All right. Well, this week we're back at it. We are talking
Extra
about
mouse.
the other side. Oh. What
The other side.
might it be? A journey into hell.
Yeah, in case you're wondering.
Okay, the other side's hell.
Yeah, I didn't want to make it, obtuse as to what this other side is.
No, actually, when I read it, I was like, all I could think of was fucking, you're going to burn in hell, fucking Twisted Sister.
Oh,
Yeah.
my.
Yeah.
See no evil.
Yes, Pee-wee. Yes, dude. I just listened to that randomly. I was listening to King Diamond, and then it jumped to like Twisted Sister, and I was just like, it was a weird transition, but I was into it.
It's funny, like the moment you mentioned that, like the song came back to me.
Oh, yeah.
I know I've heard it plenty of times. I don't
It's
remember
fucking
when,
awesome.
but
You're gonna burn in hell. It's
yeah.
fucking great.
Probably from Pee-wee.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
the first time you heard it. Unless you were a
Exactly.
big Twisted Sister fan.
Yeah.
well, no, but yes, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, I
Yeah.
was. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there it is. All right, let's get started with, in 2008, a young Chicago athlete was struck by a series of racking chest pain. After being rushed to the hospital, the high school student's biggest fears were the end of his basketball career and the surgery he'd have to undergo. But after just one night in this hospital from hell, during which the teenager endured a nightmarish odyssey in a freakishly familiar world, he was left with the lingering knowledge that the true horror he'd face was the nebulous nature of reality itself.
And don't we all live with that fear?
This hits too close to home, man.
The older you get, the more it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We just had the whole time change thing. It
I
was
know.
eternal darkness.
It
Like,
really
I don't
feels
know,
that
man.
way every year.
It's-
Like, I thought Congress fixed it. I thought they did one fucking thing right.
No,
they can't do anything right.
yeah, no. The spoiler alerts, they failed us.
They suck.
And now here we are with our eternal darkness and the nebulous nature of reality itself, which is an apparent nightmare.
It is.
All right, Robert, let's dig into a journey into hell.
Take one part of the eerily silent, dandruff-ridden distortion of reality that is known in Netflix's smash hit Stranger Things as the Upside Down. Add a heaping helping of the eerie emptiness and encroaching doom that permeates Stephen King's unnerving novella, The Langoliers, and top it off with a healthy dollop of good old-fashioned Twilight Zone ironic anxiety, and you might have something akin to the horrifying experience reported by a high school athlete named Leston Campbell in 2008.
Oh, we got a recent story.
Recent.
Recent-ish.
Right off the presses.
Recent-ish.
Well, I mean, 15 years is recent,
I don't-
but for us,
Anything, any date that has a 2000 in it for me is going to seem like it's. Oh yeah, that just happened.
Yeah, I mean, I was married in 2009.
right.
So
Like if it says 2001, I'm like, oh yeah, that's future. And I'm
Yeah.
like, it was 22 fucking years ago, but it still seems like
Exactly.
it's not.
It's true. We're old as shit, though, so it makes sense that we see it that way. If you were like If you're like 19 right now, that's going to seem like 1,000 years ago in the bygone days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just like 1995, it's like, oh, that was way in the past. But like 2001 seems like, it's right here. But it's like,
Yeah.
it was only 6 years apart.
Old men getting old. It's okay.
Right before your very ears.
Yeah. Nice.
According to Leston's account, which first appeared in Season 3, Episode 6 of the Travel Channel series Haunted Hospitals, and you think those series would be a waste of time, and I'm not usually a ghost fan, but every now and again you stumble across a gem.
Yeah.
So thank you, Discovery Plus.
All right.
Where you can also see Uncle Rob in the Devil's Academy.
Yes.
Is it still, can you just go there and watch it at any time? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're also on HBO Max.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fancy pants.
There you go.
So, Haunted Hospitals. In a segment titled The Other Side, the extraordinary events began in the middle of basketball practice at his unnamed Chicago high school. While dribbling on the hardwood, Leston was suddenly hit by a sharp pain that started in his chest, shot down to his stomach, and wrapped around his back, which stopped him dead in his tracks. Leston immediately wondered if he'd exacerbated an old injury, but though agonizing, the interlude was brief, and bolstered by that uncanny combination of lack of experience and hard-headed youth, Leston decided to dismiss the debilitating health event and continue with practice. Afterwards, however, as his mom picked him up from practice, Leston was struck by another attack and had the good sense to tell his mom what had happened earlier. Whether she'd had previous knowledge of the fact that tall, thin people have a tendency to be prone to collapsed lungs, or simply following a mother's instinct to protect her young, she insisted they go directly to the hospital to find out what was going on. Her mother's intuition proved to be spot on. And in a little side note here, same thing happened to my 6'7" skinny ass nephew.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
He had an air bubble, his lung exploded. The asshole doctor at our local hospital almost pierced his heart trying to fucking reinflate the lung, and they had to be rushed to Syracuse.
Okay. Wow.
He's okay now.
Didn't know about that, but
Father of two, happy man. But
yeah.
Boy, when he was, it was late teens.
Yeah, man. For you tall folks out there, watch out for your lungs. It's because you're so close to heaven.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they want to fly away.
Wow.
That's one for It's been a long fucking
I'd love that.
day. It's been a long week, been a long day.
Yeah, you've been watching Hallmark movies?
I kind of need to, man. The fucking Bills lost the Bengals last night. My whole week's fucked now. We're in third place. Goddamn Jets are above us.
Wow.
Bill will be happy to hear that.
No, I know. I got to text Bill, congrats for now, fucker. We'll see what happens when you play the Raiders. Anyway, sports aside, tall people, watch out for those lungs. Robert continuing.
The first odd incident that occurred during what would become the worst night of his life happened the moment that Leston and his mother stepped inside the hospital's sliding glass doors. The moment he was inside this medical edifice, he was overwhelmed by a deep bone chill like an icy winter wind coming off of Lake Michigan. Strangely, his mother felt nothing, and likely chalked it up to her son's quickly worsening condition. Seeing the kind of pain he was in, Leston and his mother were escorted back into one of the examination rooms. Not long after arriving at the emergency room, Leston underwent a battery of tests, and the doctors quickly discovered that he was suffering from, and give me a moment here, pneumomediastinum, or a pocket of air in the space in between the lungs and around the heart. This uncommon condition occurs when air leaks from any part of the lung or airways into the mediastinum, a part of the body I had no idea existed until I wrote this, and is often indicative of a more worrisome injury or disease. Worse yet, the doctors declared that if the condition didn't clear up soon, surgery would be required before the air pocket collapsed a lung.
Oh, you got like a little inner tube in your chest.
Yeah?
That sucks, man. That's scary.
Frightened and in excruciating pain, Leston was admitted to the hospital, hooked up to an IV, and placed on oxygen. His mother went with him up the elevator and down the bustling corridor to his room. The doctors expressed a hope that the air bubble would pass during the night, thus negating the necessity of surgery the following day. Ever faithful, his mother remained by her terrified teenage boy's side until the nurses insisted she leave, as the hospital's visiting hours had long ended. No sooner than she left than Leston was sunk low by that deep-seated loneliness that hits hospital patients the hardest at night. His only company was the occasionally raspy, phlegm-ridden cough that came from the older man behind the curtain with whom he was sharing the room. As the nurse's visits dwindled, Leston was left alone with his dread. He feared the pain of surgery and the loss of a season so close to a time when college was looming on the horizon. But despite his constant pain, the incessant beeping of the heart monitors, and the hacking cough of his roommate, the teen finally managed to drift off to sleep, never once imagining that the world he would wake to would be one of sheer horror. Leston woke with a start as an agonizing jolt of pain ripped through his abdomen. He reached for the call button, noting the quiet of the hospital and that it was still dark outside. He hit the red button and called out, but there was no response. It was then that the teen realized that he needed to use the restroom, which was, perhaps in deference to this being an older hospital, not situated next to the room, but down the hall, which I have to imagine is an old hospital design.
Yeah, because we
have a remedial 50-year-old hospital here, and there's a shitter in every room.
Yeah, a couple. Huh.
Yeah.
Weird.
Fighting the pain, Leston removed his oxygen mask, grabbed the rolling IV cart, and began shuffling toward the door. It was then that he noticed that his now quiet roommate's TV was still on, but it didn't show the constant stream of images that the youngster was used to, but the snowy static us older folk will recall from a time when stations actually went off the air. Wanting to do his roomie a solid, Leston crept onto his side of the room and flicked the television off. No sooner did the screen go black, however, than it once again flicked to life, showing the same static-filled screen. Perplexed, Leston glanced at the man's bed and noted that it was not only empty, but that somebody had made it. He was stunned and wondered what might have happened. He knew the sickly man would not have been discharged in the dead of night. Leston also doubted that he might have slept through a medical emergency so close to his own bed. He likely couldn't help but to consider the possibility that the man had died in his sleep, been found by a nurse, and had been surreptitiously removed, which is an eerie thought, in all fairness.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
The call of nature growing ever stronger, Leston made his way out into the hallway. It was quiet, as he expected for this time of night, and he paid little attention to his surroundings, desperate as he was to get through the pain and into the lavatory. Once inside the restroom, Leston noticed, in a trope taken right out of Horror Handbook 101, that the fluorescent bulbs on the ceiling were eerily flickering. The worst.
Yeah.
I mean, it's generic so that if I see it in a movie or TV show, I'm like, come on. But if it happens in real life, I'm shitting knickers.
Yeah, that's the deal.
We've
all heard it. We've all
I know, but as
experienced
a maintenance guy, that's like my weekly, well, not weekly, but, pretty random. Our lights are fucking dead, and we got to go in there in the poltergeist room because they're flicking and shit and change them. The ballast got to change those fuckers out because they're all old as shit.
I suppose one can get used to anything.
Yeah, it still kind of, creeps me out a little bit.
Yeah, it does. Especially if you're alone in a hospital shitter at night.
And you just shifted into Silent Hill.
Yeah,
apparently.
Really. You really did.
It was all like I did write like the Horror Handbook 101. I almost literally wrote Silent Hill.
I mean, yeah.
It's pretty much all of Silent Hill.
It's spot on. 100% spot on. It's totally. It's eerie. It's not great.
It sucks.
For the second time this eve, he was overwhelmed by a cryptic chill that made the hair rise on his arms and the back of his neck. Ignoring the inherent creepiness, Leston took care of business and washed his hands. But as he made his way toward the hallway, he realized that the washroom door, which he had left open, was now mysteriously closed. Worse yet, when he turned the knob, he found out that it had been inexplicably locked from the outside, which I don't think is how that shit works usually.
No.
In that moment, the teen claimed he was hit by a wave of panic and, quote-unquote, freaked out. Slamming his fist against the hardwood door, then just as inexplicably, the door opened and Leston dashed back into the corridor.
Yeah, this is totally fucking Resident Evil / Silent Hill. For sure.
Anxious and just hoping to see a friendly or really any face, Leston made his way down to the nurse's station. His heart sank when he saw that it was just as empty as his room and the hall. He saw that the monitors used to measure the status of the patients were all smothered in the same nowhere station snow as his roommate's TV. The power was clearly still on, but it seemed that for some reason, none of the electronic devices were working properly. This is my own aside here. I would be curious to know if this extended to his cell phone, but Leston never mentions being in possession of one, which is odd for a teenager in 2008. Unless perhaps his mother, worried about it being stolen, after all, this is a big urban center, hospital, had confiscated it knowing he could use the room phone. But of course, this is just guesswork.
Yeah, I would definitely grab my phone and start checking for bars.
That's the first thing any of us would do.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
Verizon, where are you? Hello, can you hear me?
The fact
Hello?
that this doesn't play into it and this case didn't happen in 1978 or 88 or even maybe 98
Right.
means that that's a question I had to pose.
Yeah.
Sure.
But on the other hand, your son's in agony. He's not going to be able to keep an eye on his shit. He's probably medicated. There's all sorts of things. I could see a mom being like, "Oh no, this expensive item comes home with me," because
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I say leave the phone. Fuck it.
but the kid would prefer it, you would think, unless of course he's racked with pain. So who knows?
Yeah, but you gotta get on Twitter and YouTube and shit and watch some vines.
Shit,
man.
I don't even remember what was going on in 2008 in terms of that.
On the net.
I mean, were all the platforms there?
MySpace, I think.
The Book of Faces was at least there, right?
Yeah, for
or was
sure.
it not?
No.
2008?
I think it was. I'm pretty sure it
might have
was.
been the
MySpace for sure, though.
MySpace for
MySpace,
sure.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
all right, my point is, he doesn't address it. We did. We're just going to leave it where it is.
Well, we're just going to assume.
Social media is not what it is 15 years later.
No.
And we can all agree on that.
Totally. I mean, actually, that was back with Twitter when I could actually send a text message from my phone, and that's how I posted on Twitter.
Hot diggity.
I didn't even have an iPhone. I had one of those candy bar Verizon phones. I forgot what the hell they're called. They call it a candy bar because it's shaped like a candy bar. Remember, it would flip up and have a little keypad.
Oh my God, yeah.
I had a
man.
fucking BlackBerry.
Oh shit!
Oh, God,
for
I remember
real?
when that was the hot shit. Everyone had to have a BlackBerry.
Remember the sidekicks, dude?
No.
Oh, the sidekick was the hot shit.
All right. I'm not going to go down this path any further.
you just stepped into the iPhone age, man.
I know I just did, and I'm very pleased about
Okay.
it, even though my fuck-sucking phone stops doing voice to text today, and I don't know why. I'm going to have you check it out
Okay,
later.
we
And it's
can-
fucking pissing me off because that's literally the only goddamn reason.
Okay, no, we'll take care of it. Don't worry about it.
All right, but this is not about me.
No,
This is about Leston.
this is about us.
This is about hell in the hospital.
Leston being in.
All right, he's in the corridor. No one's there.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
What happens now?
It was then that Leston noticed something odd about the nurse's station. It wasn't simply unmanned. It looked completely unused. Nothing, not a piece of paper nor errant coffee mug, was out of place. There were no telltale signs that the occupants had rushed away to deal with a medical emergency. In fact, the whole area looked like a pristine museum diorama of a nurse's station rather than an active workplace. Then, for a third time that night, the teen was hit by the same unexplained chill. He noticed that it did not come from the inside, as these sensations often do, like a gut chill that runs up the spine, but from outside of his body, as if he were slipping in and out of a roving pocket of Arctic wind.
Okay.
Chilly.
Yeah. All right. You just get a weird
Okay.
chill.
As the cold
Strange.
washed over him, Leston had the universal proximity alert that most human beings have when someone is creeping up behind them. I don't know if it's ESP. I don't know if it's our subconscious aware of senses we are using that we are not consciously aware of, but we all kind of get it when someone's lurking on us or fucking hovering too
Spatial
close.
awareness, dude.
Yeah. I'm not saying that I think it is a form of clairvoyance or ESP, but I do think it's something most of us share.
Remember John Edmonds, dude? He was like, I felt a change in the air and I knew the grays had come. He could sense it with like a change in the temperature.
The
and
barometric
the
pressure.
barometric pressure, man.
Absolutely.
His knees started to ache and he's
He
like,
could feel.
yeah, exactly.
It's a storm of grays.
it's a storm.
It's a coming.
Storm of Grace is coming, folks. Get my goddamn sword, Joyce.
So Leston, however the method, felt that somebody was creeping up on him at this point.
nice.
Despite his pain, he whipped around, but to his shock, there was no one there. The feeling of another presence and the odd chill simultaneously vanished. He later claimed during his televised interview that, quote, I was terrified and like, how do I get out of this place? It was then that Leston surmised that something must have happened on his floor. Perhaps a fire or a gas leak that had necessitated that everyone be evacuated and that they had somehow forgot about him. Unsure as how to proceed, he explained what was running through his mind at that moment. My heart was pumping, my adrenaline's rushing. Maybe I can just get to another floor that's just normal. Someone should be down there that can help me. There should be nurses, doctors. Someone should be on the bottom main floor. End quote. Dragging his IV with him, Leston hobbled over to the elevator and was relieved when the doors opened at the press of a button. Once inside, he was likely comforted by the familiar whir of the elevator's mechanics. But quickly, this was replaced by the nagging notion that, like the washroom door, he might get trapped inside the elevator with no one to help him. He was relieved when the lift slid open. But this relief was short-lived when he caught sight of the chaotic display before him. Looking out onto the first floor, the teenager was struck by two things. The first was that, against his brightest hopes, the ground floor was every bit as desolate as the one he'd just escaped from. But the second realization was much more disturbing. Unlike the unused status of the ward he'd just left, the main level looked like a war zone, with papers and equipment strewn everywhere. It was as if the place had been hit by a bomb, ransacked, and then abandoned, leaving the disarray steeped in an unnerving silence. He almost certainly considered in that the first decade of the 21st century, the hospital might have been hit by a terrorist attack. I mean, just 7 years after 9/11. It was on everyone's mind.
Sure.
Or worse yet, what if his pain meds had let him sleep through the end of the world? It was a scene which Leston described as, in one of the greatest understatements in paranormal history, a creepy environment.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
words do what words do.
That
Doesn't cover it, man.
You wake up to a whole new set of surroundings, and you're like, it appears as though there's been some action while I was asleep.
Yeah, inaction above, mad action below.
Yep, not good. Not good.
Still, determined to find out what was going on, Leston began to step off the elevator when a gurney shot past, barely missing him. Gathering the courage to glance out, he saw that no one had pushed the object, and, more frightening still, he watched as the gurney proceeded down the corridor at a leisurely pace, as if being pushed by unseen hands.
Oh,
okay. You get jump scared by a fucking gurney.
Yeah.
And then it does the
then
fucking
it becomes the
slow
NPC.
stroll.
Yeah, and then, dude, that's like Ghostbusters or like fucking Phantasm. I think they did that in Phantasm, possibly. I could be wrong.
I don't remember. Maybe one of the sequels.
Yeah.
I don't remember the gurney in Phantasm 1, but fucked if I know.
You know, it's just, it's a creepy horror motif.
It really is.
Yeah.
And when it happens in real life, the worst.
Yeah, it sucks.
This was the final straw, and Leston's exploratory expedition was officially over. The self-propelled gurney had been the last in a long series of nopes, and he was not ready to contend with the evidently invisible entities occupying the first floor. Leston backed into the elevator, hammering on the door close button in dread of what might happen next. Finally, the aging technology kicked in and the door slipped shut. Not sure what else to do, the teen pressed the button that would take him back to where he started. As the metal box ground its way back up, Leston began trying to break down what was happening. He knew this wasn't merely a simple parapsychological event like a haunting, but something much more fundamental. He began to realize that he was in another dimension, perhaps a whole new universe that was eerily similar to his own. As the elevator ground to a halt and the doors opened, he was equally afraid of being greeted by a new nightmare as he was never escaping this horrible world. And worse yet, he knew, with unfathomable sorrow, that he was utterly alone in his plight. It's a tough sitch for a kid, for a 17-year-old. Back in the barren corridor, Leston was suddenly gripped with the compulsion to return to his room. He wasn't sure why, he just knew he needed to get there, and fast. Driven by a synthesis of terror and adrenaline, the athlete worked through the pain and began sprinting down the hall. But to his horror, he realized that he was moving in slow motion as if he were trapped in a living nightmare.
Oh, that's the worst.
The old molasses feet.
Yeah.
Suck.
Oh, we've all been there. I've tried to climb up 3-foot hills that had maybe 1.5 feet of snow, and I just keep falling and falling.
Man. All I can think of is Nightmare on Elm Street when she goes up the stairs.
Oh, yeah.
The s'mores holes.
Yeah.
I hate that. Oh, it's that feeling of being so stuck and so slow.
That sucks so
You're
bad.
like, but I'm fast as fuck, boy. I'm fast. And you can't be fast.
Can't be fast.
No.
He felt that it was almost as if some unseen force was trying to thwart his efforts to get back to his room on time. But on time for what? What was happening? What was trying to stop him? Finally, he was able to break free from the invisible restraints, and he barreled into a still empty room, slamming the door behind him. Exhausted, terrified, and emotionally drained, Leston collapsed onto his bed and immediately began praying to be delivered from this hell. While the hiss of static emanating from his roommate's TV filled the room, the prone, weeping, and praying Leston, against all odds, fell asleep. His next memories were of opening his eyes to the blinding sunlight and the sound of his roommate's hacking cough.
Ah, a welcome sound indeed.
Truth.
An old man's phlegm.
Oh,
Just like,
you can almost smell that
I know,
cough.
yeah, just that sick breath. Enjoyable.
This noise, which had so irked him the night before, was now the most welcoming sound he could have heard, as Mark pointed out. Next, the nurse came in, accompanied by his mother, who told him that it was near 8 o'clock and asked him how he slept. Leston was tempted to tell her everything, but he kept his mouth shut and decided to keep his enigmatic adventure to himself, fearing that she might think he'd lost his mind, or worse yet, that she might be right.
Ooh, that's a tough situation to be in right there. You know, or the nurses are in on it. You don't want them knowing about it. They're like, he went to the sacred empty place.
Oh, he has to stay another night. He must
yeah,
stay.
the sacred empty place. You don't know about that? Yeah, it's the whole thing.
What is it?
Do
Explain
tell.
Mark. No, go ahead. What's the sacred empty place?
Sacred empty place,
How do you get
man.
there?
Yeah, it's when you fucking...
You got to get a bubble in your chest?
And
then you got to enter it?
You need to have an inflatable installed in your chest. That's how you get there. It's like purgatory, but cooler.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Doesn't seem pretty cool.
No, it sucks.
I mean,
dude,
kind of blows.
it's fucking desolate.
Oh, my God.
And there's phantom people pushing fucking gurneys.
We're going to save theories,
Okay.
but before I finish, I'm going to say a theory anyway. What if the air bubble was a tiny little black hole and he was sucked into his own chest, into another dimension?
The interdimensional black hole located in your chest, no one ever sees that.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
just you imploding then.
You'd think,
Yeah, when you implode,
but maybe there was magic involved.
I know about
Okay.
space. Oh, there's magic now? Oh,
I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
He cast
all right,
unimplosion
All right,
and
so-
then went into his black hole.
forget
Yeah.
about magic
His
because
black hole heart.
I get mad at that too, and that's a good reference. What if it's some quantum physics shit that just seems like magic that Michio Kaku could tell us about, but that we don't know dick about, and that you can like self-explode back out
I like
of
how
the implosion?
you're reaching for this and you're making it make sense to me, and I appreciate it.
I'm just like, I
I'm
feel
like,
like
The
yeah,
bubble has nothing to
A
do with
baby
this.
black hole behind his
Yeah.
lung makes me really happy right now.
yeah, dude, black hole sun, dude.
All right,
Think
hey, you know
about
what? Put a pin in that.
it. All right,
Let's just finish this up.
let's do it.
See if we come back to the old black hole lung.
Okay,
Won't you come?
and wash away the fame.
Oh boy. Okay.
Uh,
Later that day, he was given the good news that the air bubble had dropped and no surgery would be required. Though relieved, he was still haunted by what had happened and insisted on being released as soon as possible. In the years that followed, Leston never had a repeat of what had occurred at the hospital, but it seems almost certain that it took a very long time, if ever, for sleep to ever come comfortably to him. And though we wish this young man the very best and hope he stays put wherever he may rest his head, we are left with the question of what the fudge happened. In the same episode where Leston first shared his story, paranormal investigator Chris Brewer, who I do not know, but he was featured, and we're going to quote him here. Well, we're going to paraphrase him here, more like it. Suggested that some locales are so infested with electromagnetic energy that spiritual portals to the other side may be created. This world, which he theorized may be transposed over our own. We're always talking about things next to each other in like multiple layers, but
Right.
transposed is just as valid, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going up, down, left, right, sideways, multiple dimensions everywhere.
This transposed world, he suggests, is where the dead are delivered after passing, and that if the energy fields are just right, sometimes the living might be able to sneak through as well. But let's take another tact. What if Leston, no matter how briefly, temporarily succumbed to his injuries and in the interim received a shocking glimpse of the existential hell awaiting all of us when we die? A place where Brewer postulates the dead feed off the energy of the living, accounting for the cold pockets that many, including Leston, have encountered. So I guess that's one of the standard tropes about the cold pockets found in every ghost hunting show.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
like,
is,
I'm cold. It's the dead.
and I mean, I don't remember if, like, say, Patrick Swayze's ghost dealt with that. I know you had to find a way to manifest energy to kick a soda can on a subway or some shit. I haven't seen this movie since the early 90s. It is not one of my favorites. It's just
Isn't that where he does clay with his wife?
Yes.
Or whatever? Demi Moore,
Demi
right?
Moore with short hair and Whoopi Goldberg, I think, won an Academy Award.
Yeah. Isn't that, they kind of stole that from Lionel Richie. Hello?
Oh, well, yeah, the pottery love. Yeah.
I mean, that's just a
dude.
blonde woman doing.
Come on.
But
making
nobody
a,
died.
Is
a
it
clay
me
head.
you're looking for?
You threw me off. I'm like, which part? But then,
What a
like,
great
yeah.
mashup, though, dude. Swayze and Richie doing fucking some clay shit together.
Swayze had been behind Richie while he sang that song in that video instead of Richie behind whatever that
Yeah,
model
it's the
was.
alternate universe where it's Swayze and Lionel Richie and White Knights.
Oh my God. As much as I love
I loved White Knights.
Parishnikov
Yeah.
and Gregory
Holy
Hines.
shit.
Think about it.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm savoring it. I mean, Swayze could dance. You can't
Yeah,
take that
that's
away
what I'm
from
saying.
him.
I had to think about it for a
And
second. I'm like, wait a minute.
he can roundhouse people, dude. You can roundhouse kick the shit out of somebody.
Oh boy, we might be onto something.
All right, well, Swayze, my
I mean, I
love for
said
him.
it, so it happened in some
Yeah.
universe.
Oh, yeah.
We
No.
just made that branch happen.
Yeah, we tulped the fuck out of that.
What ain't even a tulpa, man? That's just creating their own reality.
It's called Roadhouse Nights.
Wow.
I wish I lived in a world where that was a thing. Sorry, Robert. Continue.
Oh no, I'm just delighting in all of this. Okay, so to continue. Maybe this teenager, for reasons we can't even begin to fathom, managed to slip through the cracks of reality, ending up in an alternate dark mirror version of our world. Or, stranger still, did he somehow, like the Langoliers in Stephen King's aforementioned story, find himself trapped in between the beats of time itself, a nebulous void both within and outside of reality as we know it, a place with its own rules of engagement tethered ever so loosely to what we perceive to be the quote-unquote real world. The questions posed by this incident are endless, and the terror evoked by this poor kid's experience should leave us all wondering what it is that happens to us when it's our time, and what, if anything, we can do about it.
Oh, you left us on a scary note, Rob. Existential dread, the other side, a journey into hell. So a couple of working theories that you touched on here. He slipped dimensions. He's in some other mirror type of world, which is interesting. It definitely goes into Stranger Things upside down. Like you said, dandruff-filled. Things are all,
Right.
super scary. Now, the paranormal investigator here who suggests that he might possibly have slipped into some sort of like land between the dead.
Pierce the veil.
Pierce the veil. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I was joking earlier about, well, no, purgatory is where you go to wait, right?
Yeah.
That's like the waiting room for heaven or hell.
Well, yeah, as established in the Middle Ages, but yes, basically until your sins are paid for, or
So maybe this is
both either by working them off there, I guess somehow, I guess by doing lawn work or whatever the fuck you do.
Yeah, that was the old.
or money given by your, the deceased loved ones
right.
to the church that enabled you to buy your way into heaven.
So maybe this is some sort of purgatory type setup that he's in, some sort of in between life and death.
How hellish would it be if it was an empty void. Now, here's something. I mean, all right, so after I piss that one out there and just be like, yeah, that would suck, and we all agree. One of the things that throws me off a little, if this is a place merely of the dead, I mean, I don't know the stats, but I mean, a night can't go by without people dying in a fucking hospital.
Sure. Right, yeah, true.
So people are perishing all the time.
Yep.
Why is he alone?
Right.
Why is he not seeing a shambling old lady, you know, the little old dude doing whatever, the fucking the kid that didn't make it through the accident, whatever the fuck terrible tragedies and or simple expirations of, you know, the elderly, which is still in its own way a tragedy. Why is he not encountering anybody?
I mean, maybe it's just your own experience when you pass away. Maybe it's just you. You know, there might not be people that are there, you know, on the other side waiting for you. This might be something that you experience and that you have to go through. I personally I'm very agnostic about all this. I'm not into heaven or hell really myself.
Sure.
I don't really.
Not into it.
I'm just not into it.
It's not your scene.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The song Heaven and Hell fucking rules. But yeah, that whole thing, I just don't really bother with it. But, yeah, maybe it's just your own journey that you have to go on, man. I don't know. It just seems, I mean, skeptically speaking here, I don't want to get into the theories without first putting the skepticism on the table here.
Sure.
Okay, obviously, being in pain, being in a hospital, he could have been on morphine.
Likely medicated
to the tits. He could have been having some weird fucking dream. I know when I've taken stuff like that before, I've had like I used to take hydrocodones. Like my dentist would give them to me when my teeth were all fucked and my dreams were fucking shot.
Right.
It was awful dreams.
So that does have to be addressed.
It is, and we can address that now and say, okay, there you go. There's that. It's on the table.
You know, next to the devil and diabetes.
Exactly.
A drug-induced nightmare.
Yep.
None of that ever happened.
Yep.
I don't know if he walked to portions of the hospital that he hadn't been to
that would be
confirm whether or not.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting, yeah.
Like, I would have definitely gone to the washroom. I mean, he did clearly walk through the main level.
Right.
I mean, maybe he walked past the nurse's station, maybe not, depending on where the elevators are. He was clearly in his own room. If he had gone to all those places before, I'm still open to the idea.
Yeah.
You know, a drug-induced, agony-induced dream.
Oh, yeah, man.
Has
Just
to
being
be
in all
there.
that pain like that.
And you're slipping in and out of sleep on meds.
Yeah.
You're going to have a very tenuous grasp of reality. But I mean, we can say that for what it is. And if we are skeptics, but if we were debunkers, we would just say, oh, that must be it, dismissed.
Right.
Let's acknowledge that's a real option, put it there.
So when he goes to the second floor, right?
Which is the first floor.
Oh, I'm sorry. He gets in the elevator and he goes down. And this is where apparently there's all this chaos, and then there's the phantasmagorical gurney, which is super weird.
Yeah. What if
that's the one that kind of like
I know a lot of people talk about, like, say, the light, whatever. You go into the shining light, and whether you see Jesus, Buddha, Vishnu, or Grandma, you're welcomed in and whatever. But then for like every 20 near-death experiences that say that, there seems to be the one that's like, oh no, this is this cacophonous din. I'm in a fucking deep cave.
Yeah.
It's hot as shit. We know what we're talking about. What if this kid ended up in hell? What if the reason that no one's there to greet him? What if hell is much like the technical Christian description? Not the medieval pictures of the Hieronymus Bosch fucking, amalgamated demons and the lake of fire, even though lake of fire goes back to the Bible, but like the idea of being separate from God is the suffering, but being truly separate and isolated is the ultimate suffering. And I'm not saying this kid led a bad or dangerous life. I don't know anything about what Leston Campbell did.
What did he do?
I can say this one thing. If you're a Christian of a traditionalist bent, all you have to do is not be baptized, no matter how nice you are, and you're fucked.
Yeah. No,
hey, I'm not saying I agree with that.
No, I know. But
I'm saying that's the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he might have done nothing wrong except maybe not be blessed at the right time by the right fucking, parochial leader.
Right.
And he might have gotten a little taste of hell. I'm not saying I think that's what happened. I'm just throwing it out there.
All theories are valid.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. So weird hell experience. So this paranormal investigator discusses like high energy areas or whatever.
Electromagnetically infused arenas that allow for people to slip through the veil.
Fucking A, dude. I could not have said it better.
That's what you keep me around for.
Like I refer to it as an arena. Yeah, so if this is some, I guess I'm going to use my paranormal speak here. He's like a center of high energy where the forces, of life and death can commingle in an enigmatic way. Does that work?
Sure.
All right, cool. Yeah, so if this is some weird like nexus point or something, we've discussed this before. Was it like in Ohio where they had like quartz deposits underground and they were like, this is why it is the fucking odd shit?
Yeah, they always link quartz.
Yeah, because it's supposed to create some kind of energy field or something. And then, I don't know, I guess scientists
it's
haven't
also
figured
supposed
it out.
to attract aliens.
Yeah, dude.
I'm sure Sasquatch loved to shit there. I'm sure everything
This
loves
is where
quartz.
the interdimensional Sasquatch is how he crosses over into our world.
Makes perfect sense.
There you go. So
Flawless.
if that's the case, maybe he did just slip into some really weird dimension or something.
It's a possibility.
The whole multiple reality thing always kind of fucking freaks me out because we just had a whole joke about, Gregory Hines and Lionel Richie and Patrick Swayze. But according to Infinity, there's quite possibly some place where that happened.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I wish we could trade tapes with them because I'd love to see that movie.
Yeah, man.
The interdimensional fucking tape trade.
Oh. And it would be
can't
great
wait.
if it was only on beta. Like you had to like resurrect Betamax, and that's the only thing you could pass through the void back and forth.
All right.
But all right, my movie exchange fantasies aside, and the big list of almost made movies I'd love to see, multiverse theories don't intimidate me. They don't bother me at all. It would take such a ridiculous amount of energy to make that breach that I don't even think about that. Now, I'm not saying that aliens, which they're, the occupants of UAP now, unidentified anomalous phenomenon, are called alien intelligences or whatever. Grush and others are going way out of their way to make the point that they are probably, let's not limit it to extraterrestrial. Not just saying that it's not probably. So obviously, alternate intelligences seem to be able to breach this threshold. And that makes sense because in that classical sense, like of the Arthur C. Clarke mode of any technology significantly advanced will seem like magic. It seems like magic to us. It's just tech. None of that bothers me, except if they're coming through and fucking shit up. But the idea, I mean, this is the horror that I couldn't imagine him living with. Poor Leston. Every time you fall asleep for what, the rest of your life, for years, you'll be like, I might wake up in between. I might have something that makes me slip through. And yes, I was, half joking about the little fucking black hole in his lung, but something happened, if this is real, that makes me think he really didn't go to hell. He didn't go to the place where ghosts go, because honestly, if we all end up in an ultra lonely place where it is pristine in one room and fucking chaotic in another, and gurneys do what the fuck they want, and baby wheelchairs like in The Changeling just start rolling after you.
Yeah.
I don't fucking want this. I'm not interested. Doesn't
Series
mean
of
it won't
bouncy
be
balls.
it, but I don't think it is. Exactly. I don't think this is where the dead go. I think in a very Langolier type fashion, he got caught in a sort of just this little a skip in the record
Like
of
a
time.
weird time pocket?
Where you just get caught.
Oh, he's like, what was it? He's like, they're like a minute behind actual time or whatever, and it keeps coming, and that's why it. Right? Wasn't that something?
In the
Langoliers,
Langoliers, they were caught behind the time.
Yeah.
And then they had to fall asleep to go through the interdimensional rift. I saw this made for TV claptrap years ago. I read it even longer ago. And then one guy, like a secret British agent, offers to stay awake to make sure they can all get through. And then he can't do it, obviously. So they fall asleep, they get through. And then once they're through, reality is sort of situated, but then people are blurry around them until they click back.
Catch up. Yeah.
Yeah. With normal reality. So they're stuck in between the places, in between the beats of time, as I wrote it.
That's actually something they in the book at least, they had to actually flew. There was a portal.
Yeah,
right?
like a rift in the sky.
Yeah, right. It wasn't
like
where he just woke up in the same spot and all of a sudden.
And what he's having is a 28 days later / first episode of Walking Dead.
Yeah. He wakes up and just empty. Screens.
And I don't know. I mean, obviously 28 Days Later came in the 90s. So, I mean, this could be a trope he's just imitating. Or he could just be a 17-year-old kid who's got bad chest pains and is all worried about his college scholarships and fucking going into surgery. And then he just wakes up in a fucking hellish alternate Earth.
He did mention oh shit, did they forget me at the end of the world? Like something had happened. And then he's like, which is very much 28 Days Later / Walking Dead.
Well, this was me speculating things he might have thought.
Right.
He didn't like say that, so let's not like accuse him of that.
No, I'm just like drawing the the parallel between the two.
And that to me is one of the scariest things. The idea of waking up in a world that's not your own. But why would it be so similar? Why would it be bereft of other human beings? Why would the floor he's on look like it's absolutely untouched? The bed is perfectly made for his roommate. The paperwork and everything is clean and great at the nurse's station. Goes downstairs, just an elevator ride, and a complete shift. There's actual activity, the gurney itself, there's melee. I don't blame him, but I almost wish he'd walked off and gone outside. Maybe if he had done that, he'd never been able to come back and tell us the story. What was the thing that created the compulsion in him to get the fuck back to your room?
Yeah, something
like you have to be physically where you started, which it's anathema to me because the earth spins fast. One of the things about time travel that people always fucking ignore is that, you're going back in time, but where was Egypt at this time? You want to see fucking the pharaohs build a pyramid? Not only where was it around the sun, but like where was it in the earth's orbit?
Right.
It's not just about time, it's about space. It's space-time, obviously. And so in space-time, I don't understand how any of that would work, but something's telling him, get the fuck back, get to bed. He lays down, he's crying, that shitty static sound in the background. He's praying his fucking heart out. All these things I can understand. Maybe because of the meds that were already in him, he passes back out. When he wakes up, it's all sunlight and hacking old men.
Yeah,
and
how do you fall asleep
yeah.
in the friggin' upside down? Like,
I mean, exhaustion can hit you in a lot of weird ways.
It's true.
He's highly injured and may well be medicated.
Stressed too, and just
stress can just shut down.
Yeah,
And people during war, people sleep during really bad situations. Not well and maybe not often, but human beings need sleep, and your body will eventually make it happen.
Sure.
That's not the mystery to me. The mystery to me is, why did he have to get back to his room? What was the significance about falling asleep where he had woken up?
To get back to his original world or whatever.
Or was it even important?
Spot in time.
I don't know. Maybe
But he felt this gut instinct, and he tries to run, and of course he can't, just adding to the nightmarish qualities.
Oh, that does make, that does lead
The
back to
slow
possible
run.
light nightmare. Yeah, okay.
Or
there's a lot
reality
there.
mare,
Yeah.
depending.
Or if it was some weird time thing, then maybe movement would be like hindered. Because you're stuck in between the world of the dead and the living.
Or you're stuck in the world that, I don't know, just an alternate reality where the chaos of the bottom floor hadn't reached the upper floor.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he might have literally just been in another reality adjacent to ours that maybe had some chaos happen and they didn't go to the second floor of a building just built, so it was all ready to go, but it didn't get fucking fucked up on the second floor or third or eighth or wherever he was, but the first floor did. I mean, it might be more prosaic, yet still, in terms of physics, mind-blowing. And had he gone outside, he might have seen this weird new civil war and some crazy shit, and who the fuck knows? But he didn't, and I don't blame him. So is it paranormal? Is it a spot between the times? Is it hell? Is it purgatory? Is it fucking just where we all go when we die? Is it fucking a nightmare a poor kid had, stressed the fuck out about going into surgery?
No, the options here are,
limitless.
It's quite a lot there to it.
But it's scary.
It is, yeah.
Because we'll all be thinking this a little bit.
Yeah.
I won't be heavily haunted. I'm going to sleep tonight. I'm drinking Jameson. Of course I'm going to sleep tonight.
Yeah, right.
But that having been said, I do think about it sometimes. And the even scarier thought to me is, and now I'm going tangential here, is if you wake up and the world's completely different, but you just don't know the difference.
Oh,
like every day we could be
dude.
waking up to a new world if something got changed in the past, and we would never know because all of our memories would build up to that.
We talked about that at one point.
I'm sure.
Like if every day
we
you
brought
woke
that
up
up.
and it was something totally brand new, but you just didn't know.
Just didn't know.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm glad we're doing this podcast today.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm glad everyone here is going to be, everyone out there listening will be hearing about it next week.
Hopefully.
Or will they?
Yeah.
Whose week is it? Ours or theirs?
Wow.
And plus, we had the whole time thing happen where we said, this is perfect timing, Rob, because we set the clocks back.
I can see the analogy.
Yeah.
Yep. Going back 1 hour and losing yourself completely in time and space. It really makes a lot of sense.
This is eventually, you keep turning these clocks back, this is what happens. We all lose ourselves in time and space.
You lose
We're
yourself?
happy.
Yeah. Dude,
Thanks,
if we keep
Congress.
setting the clocks back, then we'll never age.
Yeah, and then we'll eventually we'll meet Jesus.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow. In the cornfield.
Yeah. Dude, with Malachi.
There it is.
Malachi.
Why is Jesus in the cornfield?
Because why not? He's in a cornfield. He could be in a cornfield.
No, why not? I mean, Jesus likes corn, right?
Yeah, why not?
He likes wheat.
Yeah, corn's delicious.
Oh, he's a fisherman.
That's what I'm saying. He likes fish more.
Jesus at the lake.
He's a, oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jesus at the lake with a
Waiting
wrench.
for the wrong Jesus if you go to the corn.
Biblical clue.
With a wrench. He's also a carpenter. There you go. There you have it. The Other Side, a journey into hell. Robert, thank you so very much, good sir, for providing us with the research for this story. And I was glad to have you. I'm so happy to have you back, writing the stories, doing the jam. We had so much time with Edmonds, and then we had so much time with listener stories. We just spent on these two enormous journeys. But now we're back to what we do. We're back to our comfort food.
Hitting it.
Back to home.
Hitting
back
it
to
and quitting
our
it.
Back
reality.
to home.
Back to home. We made it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm glad. It was really fun getting back on the horse, even though I had been writing pretty constantly, but the deadline horse, and it was fun, and I'm glad. It was really fun doing the listener stories. It was great going into these cold, but it is fun to like pick something, present it, and go with it. So
Talk about it.
It's nice.
There it is.
It's nice. We're back in the saddle.
We are. And Robert, we got some shout outs to do for the folks that support us over there at patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. At $1 get you one bonus audio per month and access to the Discord. At $5 get you 4 and or 5, depending on how many Sundays. Bonus audios there, and again, they get you access to the Discord. Robert, let's thank the good folks.
Bless you one and all. Ryan P.
Thank you, Ryan.
Alex Nebel.
Hell yeah, Alex.
Tom Hendricks.
What up, Tom?
Justin Gomez.
Shit, what up, Justin?
Bailey Copesell. That was an I in my mind, but it's not.
Thank you, Bailey.
Bailey Copesell. Mandy B.
Oh, what up, Mandy?
Daniel,
thanks so much.
Daniel, nice and simple. Magenta Monsoon.
Hell yeah, Magenta.
Oh,
love it.
Beautiful. It's an artist name or a female wrestler.
I love it.
Or a dude wrestler. I'm not here to fucking judge.
Magenta Monsoon.
Tyler Smith.
Thank you, Tyler.
Susie, the redheaded death angel Bastille.
Okay.
Dang.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Got a little throwback there into one of our episodes, The Redheaded Death Angel.
I love
Which
it.
actually was a listener story, which is
Yes,
fun.
it was.
Yeah, there you
Absolutely.
go.
Yeah. Bastille Day, my birthday. Christopher Mack.
Thank you, Christopher.
John Pasquale.
Thank you, John.
Ember Cruson.
Hell yeah, Amber. Thank you so much.
Bryce Baker.
Thank you, Bryce.
Bo Ling.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that one. Thank you, Bo. I'm sorry, Mr. Ling.
Yes, Mr. Ling. This fucking one that threw me off.
You had this one a problem earlier.
Yeah, I did have a little problem pronouncing this earlier. Jinzo25. You can only imagine where my filthy mind went. Robin Caggiano.
Thank you, Robin.
Dora.
Oh, shit. What up, Dora?
Joe Seaman.
Thank you, Joe.
Josh Rhodes.
Thank you, Josh.
Rounding it up. Last, but almost assuredly not least, Aletha Carr.
Thank you, Aletha. We appreciate the support again over there. Patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. Just a quick reminder here that Patreon recently launched the quote unquote free version, which is actually a follow, but we have had some people check it out and they're like, oh, I didn't realize that you guys launch your bonus episodes in a Sunday. So it's a good way that you can sign up for Patreon and see what we're about without actually getting the content. And then you can make the decision if you would like to join or not. And yes, our bonus audios come out on a Sunday and then the regular episode comes out on a Monday.
Yes.
So you get the two back to back.
We record them back to back in the reverse order.
Yeah, so when you hear Patreon on a Sunday, we've already recorded the pod proper, our actual regular pod.
Right.
Dude.
Some weird time travel shit.
We
right
are,
there.
man. Maybe we're making our own vortex.
Maybe.
A couple more years.
Yeah, it could
It's
be.
building.
It's a slow build until we screw time up completely.
I figure that's probably what we're due to do.
The power of Spotify and the Cryptonaut podcast.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm not unconvinced it didn't already happen, though.
What do you
Just
mean?
with the last couple months, the summer was weird.
A
lot of weird shit happened in the summer.
Super weird, dude. Everything in this last year has been super weird.
I think we already maybe traversed a couple portals.
Yeah, we could have. We're going into this year being like, this is going to be it. This is great. And I'm like, no, I want to go back. I don't like it. It sucks. But, it is what it is.
There's been a lot of good things, though.
No, there's definitely been good things, but,
Yeah.
it is what it
True.
is. So.
Which just adds to the weirdness.
No, it
Like,
is weird.
Good things don't happen. Like the studio. Like,
yeah, good things.
really, though?
It's true.
Like,
Yeah.
Come on now. We need a studio. Here's a studio.
We're waiting for the other foot to the shoe to drop.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there it is. We got the Instas and the Twitters and the Facebooks and the medias and the socials. We're there. We're doing it. Check it out. We got merch at hellerspace.com and also cryptonautmerch.com. I'm sure coming up, because we are in November, there's going to be all kinds of holiday sales and whatnot. So just check the socials. I'm sure we'll post them up. There'll be all kinds of deals and whatnot. You can get on there and grab yourself some gifts for your loved ones. And what else? We've already mentioned that and that. And there it is. That was everything.
I nailed it.
We fucking crushed it. Thank you all for joining us. We will be speaking with you all very soon.
Wow.
As in next week.
Shatner-esque.
Yeah, I did have a kind of a slow
It was.
drawl
Half the pod was you just saying that.
there. Oh, I got to remember, I have an ad read to do for this episode. Shit.
Hot damn.
I just remembered. It popped in my mind. I'm like, I got to do an ad for this. I think it's Lumi Labs.
Good.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, shout out to Lumi
An
Labs.
excellent product.
Yeah, no, I actually need to order more because they help me sleep actually quite a bit. So, and if I'm super hammered,
Sleep into what dimension, sir?
oh no, dude. See,
So this whole thing's your fault.
oh yeah, because I'm taking too many edibles before I sleep. An edible sleep is good. A drunk sleep is not good.
Depends on the level of drunk.
I've been having bad drunk sleeps where you just wake up just hot and moist. You're like,
Well, you drink 50 fucking Jennies, and then you're like, why am I shitting my pants? I'm hot.
it was
And
only-
you do it every week, and you don't know why.
Oh no, I know why, but I mean it's like 6 or 7 beers. If I drink like 12 PBRs, then yeah, that's a bigger issue.
I mean, 6 or 7. I don't even think I could drink 6 or 7 fucking of those beers.
Really?
3 or 4 at most. My stomach would blow. I would feel
shit.
like shit way before I even got down.
Man, that new the new Genesee
no way.
citrus pills is really good. I've been drinking the fuck out of it. It's
And
a nice
I will
little-
trust you on that
It
one.
is a nice little winter pilsner. So
I mean, it's not though. It's citrus.
yeah, I don't know how
It's
they
like a summer pills.
But you need the citrus in the winter so you don't get the rickets, right? Or the
Yep, that makes sense.
yeah. Or no, why do you
Scurv.
Scurv, that's right. Rob eats
Rickets.
He eats an orange and he doesn't get the scurv. Yeah,
That's why
rickets
I have
is
my
the sun,
seasonal
right?
orange. Yes. I'm sorry, Scurvy. Fuck off again for
Well,
another year.
You better get your orange prepared for this year
Right
to
on.
fight that fucker off. There you have it. Thank you all so very much. Talking to you soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.